Hello everyone. If you're watching this, you missed day 2 of our week 14 computer science principles lecture. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we did today. So today's our introduction to functions. Functions are really neat. They're a pervasive thing throughout all of programming, a huge topic of study. So we're going to be here a while in various ways. Today we're going to look at very basic functions and how to use them, and then we're going to learn how to generalize our functions by using parameters and other cool things later. For right now, what are we doing? We spent a good chunk of this class reviewing and correcting past assignments. I'm not going to do that here. You can watch previous videos for whatever assignments you need help with. So this might be a slightly shorter video than normal. But if you missed this class and you are struggling, please make it a point to come and see me. I'm available outside of class hours, after school. I'm available on Wednesdays the whole day. You need to make the effort and tell me when you'd like to meet, and we can set that up. And I'd be happy to help you with whatever you're struggling with. But unfortunately, I can't come to you because I don't know what you don't know. So please, make this a point to seek me out. We've got a couple of assignments on the docket here. 040801, the conditionals assignment, was due yesterday, so please make sure you've submitted that. If you need help, reach out to me. 041001 is going to be due Friday at midnight, the 4th. This is our first functions assignment, and it's pretty easy, I think. Journal 3 is due next Wednesday, the 9th, and that is all of our terms. Hopefully you guys are working on those while they're fresh in your mind. If you try to do them later, you won't remember. It'll be much harder. You should be applying vocabulary that's relevant to functions, and we'll talk about what that is. Tracing flows of programs, that's very easy. You probably already can do that, even if you don't know what a function is. Describe the way a function call entraps a normal flow of a program, and modify programs that have issues. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some stuff. So the first thing we did is we looked at a song written 2 different ways. One version of the song had just the lyrics written out. The second version was a little lazy. Right here it said, oh, just sing the chorus, and then it said what the chorus was below. And every time it came to the chorus, it didn't write it out, it just said, oh, go to the chorus. This is kind of like how functions work. Functions are basically a block of code or some commands that you would like to reuse multiple times, and you don't feel like typing them out every single time. You can make a reference in your code to this particular place, and whenever you want to run those commands, you say, okay, sing the chorus, so to say. So let's go ahead and see how we can leverage this to be a very powerful tool for us. Inside Lesson 9 in Unit 4, there are several examples that you can check out. There's a video back there in my PowerPoint. I highly recommend you check it out as well. It gives a pretty nice overview of what a basic function is and how it came about. Now, there are some interesting things to check out in Lesson 9 that basically show you how you can add functions to code to make it more interesting. But ultimately, this is what a function is. You take a block of code, you put it inside function, give it a name, parentheses, and then the curly braces identify what code is going to be part of that function. When you close the curly brace, the function is over. And then anytime you'd like to refer to that code, you simply call the function name with the 2 parentheses and the semicolon, indicating the end of the line. So here the function is called update screen. Anytime I want to do all of these things, I simply say update screen. So the update button will update the screen, and the down button will also update the screen. They both do the same thing down here. Alrighty. Now, there are some caveats to be aware of. The first caveat is that your functions can have some scope issues. Remember, we already talked about scope, but it's important to mention it again. Whenever you declare a variable, that variable will live in whatever area it's been declared inside of. If you declare it at the top of your program, it'll persist throughout the entirety of your program. However, if you declare your variable inside of a function definition, that variable only exists inside that function. And once you get outside of it, it's gone. Poof. No longer available. So what does that mean? That means you need to be very careful. If you would like clicks to exist everywhere, you need to define it at the top by saying var clicks, give it a number, and then whenever you want to access it, you simply say clicks. If you do it this way, this is a local variable. It only exists inside this on event, and you will not be able to get its value anywhere below here. Also, if you make a common mistake of trying to put var in front of both places, var clicks here and var clicks here, this is going to be brand new var clicks that has nothing to do with this old one and will not hold its value. So that'll be a mistake. So be careful. We call that an overloaded variable, and it actually is a functionality of the code, and sometimes you want to do that. So it will not cause an error in your actual debugger. That's up for you to figure out. So make sure you don't make that mistake. The second thing to remember about functions is that you need to provide sufficient comments when you write them. Above every function, you need to include any preconditions and postconditions that function might have. Preconditions are things that have to be true before the function is called. So for instance, if I have an update screen function, I might want to say, well, a precondition might be that all of the elements that I'm going to be interacting with exist on the screen. That's important. Postcondition is what is the point of your function. Well, for an update screen, maybe my function posts certain pieces of information to the screen. That's it. It doesn't have to be a long-winded explanation, but you should be thorough. And if your function is really complicated, it bears a longer explanation. So please make sure you do your due diligence and don't just rush past the comments. Those are important. They make everyone's job easier, especially mine as the person who's reading your code. So be nice to the guy who's reading your code and he'll be nice to you, right? That's pretty much it. Next time we're going to pick up where we left off and do a little project involving using functions. So I look forward to seeing you then. Until then, have a great rest of your day.